Good morning, Lions District 103 community and staff. Wanted to start off this week. I'm going to be highlighting another program that we're very proud of here in District 103. Again, I'm Chris Rivera, Superintendent, and I wanted to start off with a few shout outs though. First, definitely want to say today is October 4th, 2019, and this week we did have Custodian Appreciation Day, so I want to give a big shout out to the custodians in the district for the work that they do, and I appreciate all of the services that you do provide for us, and the cleanliness and the buildings, and even some of the informal things that you do by way of monitoring and supervising kids just because you care. So thank you to all of the custodians out there in our district. I appreciate what you do. Want to give another shout out to the Lions Police Department and the Brookfield Police Department. We had a little safety concern yesterday, and their vigilance and comforting of our district and monitoring of the district and the areas that were of concern are very much appreciated. So thank you to the Lions and Brookfield Police Department. George Washington Middle School girls basketball, they are rocking it. The 7th grade team is 7-2 this year, so keep it up, ladies. And the 8th grade girls team is 8-1. Fantastic job, ladies. I know sports and athletics gives us opportunities for leadership and a lot of different dynamics in that way, and it keeps us healthy. So keep it up, ladies. Principal Appreciation Day. Principals out there, fantastic job. Keep working hard. I appreciate what you do. I know I ask a lot of you, but just keep up the good work. And today is Principal Appreciation Day, so I do want to tell you that I appreciate what you do and thank you so much. And I'm sure many of the parents and community members appreciate it as well. Finally, one kind of request to the parents and an initiative that we are moving toward here later in the district, and I'm going to be a little bit more strategic about this, is parents, our student attendance is very important. Please make sure your kids are coming to school as regularly as they can. If they are with the flu or something, that is understandable, but one of my big initiatives is to make sure that we have our students coming to school regularly. I was looking at data and from last year it's concerning, so let's please try to get that at a higher rate this year. And thank you in advance for your support on that. So my guests for today in a program that I am very proud of and want to highlight as well is Mrs. Chris Newell and Dr. Marty Lukanich. Thank you for your help on that. So I want to just kind of get into this, and we're going to have a conversation and just be kind of an observed conversation for the community and highlight some of the aspects of this program. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Ms. Newell, or they call you Ms. Chris in the program. Tell me a little bit about your program and what you do for us here in Lions District 103.
Okay, to give you a very brief history of our early childhood programs, this is my 33rd year with District 103. When I began, we had, there was one classroom, and I had 13 preschoolers, and I did everything, including make lunch. Since then, it has expanded where we now have 200 children who attend our preschool program here in 103. We have 50 children who attend our ECE program here in 103, and then we have approximately 50 families who are involved in our Birth Through 3 program. So I can give you a little bit of information on each of those programs, and then I'm also going to let Dr. Marty kind of pinpoint the Birth Through 3. But here in District 103, we receive funding through the state of Illinois, through ISB. We receive the Early Childhood Block Grant, and that covers a prevention initiative program, which is for families and children from prenatal all the way to age 3. And then from there, we try to transition them into our Preschool for All program, or depending on whether or not they have special needs, they sometimes enter our ECE program, which is children who have special needs. So since my first day here, early child has really blossomed. The community has changed. We try to meet the needs of all young ones. So I think we should begin by letting Dr. Marty talk a little bit about the Birth Through 3 program, and then I can jump in.
And that, you know, and before you get into that, I just want to say, I think that's such a unique program that I bet a lot of people out in the community don't really know about, is the Birth Through 3 program. So here in Lions District 103, we don't wait till kindergarten. We don't just start at preschool. We start at the beginning. So tell us about what you do.
Our program is called Parents as Teachers, and the belief is that learning begins at birth and that parents are their child's first best teacher. And the parent's job is to create the environment for the child, to be their consultant, and then if necessary to be their authority.
Mhm.
And so as when we work with parents, we do home visits and we do group connections, and then we offer referrals like to the library or to the health facilities or whatever their needs are. But when we do a home visit, what we try to do is partner with the parents and help them kind of facilitate their interactions with their child so that they can tune in to the child's cues and pick up, like when a little, you know, when a newborn has different cries, like, well, what do you think that means? Because parents, they know what to do, but all of us are like, are we sure we know what to do?
Right.
And so when there's that extra layer saying, yeah, right, that's the hungry cry, or that's the tired cry, then parents can grow in that confidence. And so we, we facilitate, we help reflect, and we work as partners with them.
And you have a curriculum, right?
We do. It's called Parents as Teachers, and it's been researched for 35 years, and it's supported nationally and internationally. It's well recognized.
And so students essentially,
Yeah,
newborns,
families,
who go through this program, the research shows that the students actually blossom better when they get into school. Am I correct?
They are much better prepared for school. They show reduction in crime in the community. They show better family-school relationships. We see our kids when they enter preschool. The preschool teachers know like who's worked with us. And we see parents just blossom.
Yeah.
Like they come into the groups smiling and just really pleased with their sense of like what they understand about their child.
Because essentially, you're kind of teaching them as well, is what it sounds like.
We are, but honestly, we're just supporting them and they are flourishing. And then the model is like we support them and then they support their child.
Okay.
And so kids also innately have a sense of like how to grow and develop. And so another thing we do is every visit we monitor where that child is developmentally and keep a record of it. And then when we come back the following week or 2 weeks, we bring developmentally appropriate activities. So, you know, if they're working on rolling over, then we bring little tricks for them to roll over or to reach, and at each stage we kind of promote the development, and then developmental parenting topics like sleep, potty training, pretty much anything. The curriculum is about 2,000 pages.
Wow.
So, and we design it every visit for that family. So whatever they have going on, that's what we look up and bring for the family.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I mean, we all wish we had it
Yeah,
when we had little
absolutely.
ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah.
thinking is, you know, so a lot of times you're going through this and you don't know whether what you're doing is right or wrong. And that's great to have a sounding board, a support
Right,
to do that.
right.
Fantastic.
Right, and then
Fantastic.
the other thing we do is group connections. So we meet on Tuesday mornings and we offer like yoga and music and movement and singing and reading. And then we also do like zoo trips and dinner with Dr. Marty with talks about discipline or
Oh, wow.
having school readiness.
Sure.
And those group connections are open to the
The public,
community.
everyone is welcome.
So you don't have to be a family that is receiving the home visits. Marty and our home visitors do them at the Steeping Forestry Library every
Okay.
Tuesday.
mornings.
And people can just drop by, you don't have to sign up, you just show, you just show
Okay.
up. So if they want more information, they can certainly call my office or call here.
Right.
So that's my next question. How does somebody go about learning of these services and taking advantage of them? How does that process, what does that look like?
There is information on our district website. If you go under parents, there's an early childhood tab, and it's just a brief kind of description of the programs, but my number is on there. So if they want more information, they can certainly call me and I can direct them to Marty, or just, give them the hours.
Or
and
they
dates
can come
themselves.
Tuesday morning and check us out and see that we're pretty user-friendly and pretty easygoing. And a lot of times, parents will come and their kiddos will join us and be a part of things, and then I think they feel, like we're a safe bet.
Sure.
Like we're pretty.
So to be clear, do you have to qualify for this in any way?
Not necessarily. Show up. The other thing I should say is 3 of our parent educators are bilingual, so we're very comfortable.
That's great.
I always tell our families their English is way better than my Spanish.
Yeah.
So I admire them when they show up.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what do you want to?
So, I was going to say, so then once they turn
Yes,
3,
yeah.
the district does have a Preschool for All program.
Okay.
And we have it at, we have classrooms at Costello, Edison, Lincoln, and Homeschool. And with Preschool for All, it is part of the Early Childhood Block Grant, so we do receive funding. We do have some pretty rigid mandates that we have to follow for the program, but we have a curriculum called the Creative Curriculum that is play-based. So what we really try to do, we try to get the children ready for kindergarten, but in a play-based, developmentally appropriate setting.
Okay.
So we touch on social emotional skills, cognitive skills. We have the classrooms are set up as in centers. There's an hour of center time every single day. We do small group activities, circle time. Your typical. It looks like a typical preschool program. However, there is a set curriculum. With the Preschool for All program, I don't want to say it's limited, it's just because the district doesn't have a lot of space, it is kind of like on a first come, first serve
Okay.
basis. And the state would like us to serve the neediest children first.
Okay.
So I always tell parents, and if you were watching this video, give me a call, sign up for one of our preschool screenings. We hold them throughout the year at either homeschool or Lincoln School, because that way you are on my waiting list. And if spots open up, I just call you and say, a spot is opened up at such and such a school. So we try to get parents and children in on a regular basis. And the whole point of the program is really to kind of get the children ready for kindergarten, but also the families. Marty sets the foundation in birth through 3. We want families to trust the school district. There are a number of families who come to this community, and all schools, I'm not just saying this community, who they just don't trust government entities. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's a part, like Marty said, it really is a partnership. So that is the Preschool for All program.
So do any of these programs cost the individuals in them money?
No.
Is there any charge?
They are
Free of charge.
free.
That
They're
is
free of
fantastic.
charge. Yes,
That's
they're free of charge.
fantastic.
And we are a half day. We have morning sessions, afternoon sessions. It's 2.5 hours, 5 days a week. So please, if you're interested, give us a call.
Fantastic.
We also have, I wanted to give a shout out, we also have an ECE program, which is for children who have special needs.
Okay.
So if your child comes through the screening and we think that they might have a speech delay or might need occupational therapy, physical therapy, we ask that we guide you through the process of having a full evaluation, and if they qualify, Samantha James, who is our early childhood special ed person, is fabulous at getting them into the program. She guides you every step of the way, phone calls, etc. So between Marty, Samantha, and I, we really try to make sure that we service as many families and itty-bitties as we possibly can.
We should also say that if a parent has a concern about a childbirth to 3, we also do screenings and we work with early intervention. So early intervention does provide services, like if a child needs speech or physical therapy, and we partner with early intervention and the parent, and then help with the transition process with Samantha and Chris to get them into ECU. So
That's great.
the earlier we identify a concern and work with it, the better the outcomes are for the child.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Time to brag. What are you most proud of this program?
I believe I am most proud of all our early childhood staff. These women are amazing. I mean, 2 of our Preschool for All teachers, Donna Gill and Mary Alexander, were just recognized for being here for 30 years of service with families. Our home visitors are amazing, really in all our programs. The teachers are great, the paras are great. They really do go above and beyond.
They do.
They're doing home visits on their own time. There is a lot of paperwork and a lot of time and effort that goes into the program because the state has us, jumping through hoops to meet, what needs to be done. So these ladies teach all day, like all teachers. They teach all day, and then they're doing, lesson planning and digital portfolios and doing home visits and making phone calls home to parents, just to brag about how wonderful their children are. So I would say the thing I'm most proud of is the commitment, the passion, and I think the grace that our early childhood staff has, because they can, it sounds hokey, but they can see into the hearts of the kids.
I was going to say, they
And the
genuinely
parents.
love their
Yes.
families and
Yes.
come back and say, thank you for letting me do this job.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Right.
That's fantastic. How about you? What are you most proud of?
It's exactly the same thing. My word is passion. I mean, I think they are passionate about helping these families. And, I get texts or calls at 10 or 11 o'clock at night that, there's a concern with one of their families, what should we do? And a parent educator is walking the walk with that family. And really wants to help them help themselves and see them through. So
Great.
And I think that continues because we have children
Yes.
now who are in middle school where the parents still call the preschool teacher to ask what they should be doing at middle school. I mean, they
Strong
still have that
relationships.
connection.
it's trust.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
trust.
they still have that kind of a connection, so.
That's great. That's
Good
great.
stuff.
Well, thank you both for
Yeah,
being
thank you.
being
Thank
guests
you.
on the show
Thank
to
you for letting
really
us get the word out. We
absolutely.
appreciate it.
And that's what we're trying to do here is
That's
really
good.
expose the great programs and great opportunities that we are providing in School District 103. So again, thank you to my guests here for today and a lot of the great work that they do, and hopefully we will see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.